Today on the Drifter Network, we're here in Moncton at Toys for Big Boys. Honda, KTM, Husqvarna, Harley, they sell it all here. We got the bike rack on the camper. Let's go check it out. Let's see if there's anything that tickles my interest here.
Warming it up so the glue won't be like sticky.
Alright. It's like pulling off a band-aid.
Do it really quick. And then we'll get an oily substance to remove the stickiness.
Alright, well, sticker's off. We got a little residue to deal with. Alright, so we got some vegetable oil on a cloth to take off all this nasty sticker residue. Let's see if it works. The all-natural method here. Seems like it's coming off, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I have a dry cloth too, and you just do this a few times, it breaks it down.
Next, we'll take all this junk off. We got reflectors and stickers and warnings. Just an 8mm wrench here, and it's just hideous. Don't know why they put this stuff on there, but safety first, I guess. There's two, and that looks a lot better. Kind of sucks that I got these holes in my fender, but that's okay. Looks a lot better now. All right, so you can see we haven't got this reflector off yet, and we got this one off. Obviously, it looks a lot better. Dirt bikes shouldn't have these kind of ugly things on them, so we'll get this one on and get the last of the stickers off here. And we'll be ready to put parts on. All right, so we got $4.25. Should be enough to clean up a small dirt bike. All right, the Honda's looking spiffy. Truck's a little bit cleaned up. We are ready for parts, folks. Alrighty folks, this is everything I'm going to do to it for the first phase. Only thing we are missing is the D&M rear shock. So we got our BBR skid plate, our, what did we get? DRC adult foot pegs, pro taper bars with the longer cables. We got a full-size lever here, extended shifter. We got a shift shaft brace, heavy duty 20 weight fork oil, little spoke wrench, keep the spokes all tuned up. We got some Scott half waffle adult grips with the throttle tube, so it'll be full size. Hour meter, rear shock extender, BBR fork springs, BBR dampening rods, and I bought this tap and die kit today so we can get the skid plate on. So let's get to work. All right, I think we're ready for action here. I took off the heat guard for the header pipe here because basically it was hitting against the guard and kind of going in on an angle. So I'm gonna see if I can get away with it like this. I have seen other people take the whole thing right off. We're gonna try to do it the quickest way and just see if we can get by like this. I've never really done much tapping, but basically it is the M6x1 tap with basically a 5mm. This is actually a 13/64, I guess, which is pretty much the same thing. So yeah, let's have a go, see how we do. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Honda for not drilling these out for us. And you know, it would have been really nice and convenient to just be able to bolt the skid plate on like they always used to. But I'm glad they changed it and they make us do everything now. Now we're learning. Now we get to figure it out for ourselves. So Thank you, Honda, for the opportunity to learn for ourselves. There it is. All right, so it's drilled out. We'll clean it up and we'll put a tap on it. All right, so we're about to tap our little spot here, and it looks like this head pipe is going to be in the way. I don't see any way I can really get in there, so I guess we'll take the head pipe off and then we'll tap it. All right, the exhaust is off, plastic's off, just 2 bolts. There's another weird little clip thingy in there. I could take it out, but I'm just gonna, looks like it's out of the way. I should be able to get in there for a tap now. Oh yeah. All right, folks, I got it started with this, but basically I can't turn it without it hitting the motor. So I'm gonna go with the drill and just be very, very careful. Well, when in doubt, bust out the vice grips. It's not ideal, but it's all we got on the island right now, so I'm just gonna have to make it work. All right, I think we got it, hopefully. Feels like it went in pretty good, considering that we're MacGyvering it right now. Probably just go by hand. Alrighty, folks, that's the bolt that's going to go in there, so it feels like it threads in there pretty good. Basically, BBR gives you their version of some kind of a thread locker. It says you got to leave it for 10 to 30 minutes before you assemble, and the classic thread lock red says you can just do it right away. So we're going to do the foot peg bolts under here as well. We'll show you here. So basically under here, your BBR skid plate is gonna go into this bolt and this bolt on your peg bar. We're gonna take all 4 bolts out and put thread lock red on them, because if those come out and they strip, you're in big doo-doo. So yeah, basically it'll fit right on under here, and we'll thread lock those 2 bolts as well. Plastic's on, muffler's back on. We are ready to mount the skid plate with our thread lock red. Hopefully she fits up nice, and that'll be that. All right, I've lined everything up here. I'm gonna put some
New clothing.
all right, gonna put some thread lock red on here and get the skid plate on. There's our thread lock bolt for the back. Right in here. It's feeling good in there. That's why we got the red Loctite, so we don't have to go too crazy on the torquing things up here. All right, we're just gonna snug up this last one here. Ha! Might have jumped the gun on putting the exhaust pipe on. I'll tighten that up with a wrench. All right, folks, step 1 of the new parts, the BBR skid plate is installed. We got thread lock red on all our peg bar bolts. Thread lock red over here. And looks good. Should protect the bike. All right, I got my first peg on there. It went pretty good. Uses the stock spring. You just pull it out, put the pin back in, swap them out. So that is awesome compared to the stock one here. So I'll show you what you gotta do to take this out. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked for these pegs. Much needed for my size 13 foot. All right. So we just got this little cotter pin here. There she goes. Ta-da, just like that. So I actually put the spring upside down and was kind of fighting it on the other one. So I'm just gonna put it right back the way it goes. Just like this. And just like that. Got our washer. Cotter pin is a bit mangled, like I said, but there she goes. Be able to just wiggle this right in. There she goes. Quit banging on things. I'm not a professional here, folks. I'm just a backyard guy learning to work on things myself. There she goes. New foot pegs. All right, I got the old shifter off. You can see it's a much better shifter. And this one's actually lighter too. So I got my shift shaft brace. As you can see, it'll kind of go right on there and brace onto here. And I got to take this plastic piece off and we're going to chuck it and put on this nice new MBMX guard with a nice little roller on it. Okay, on goes the Kinetic MX shift shaft brace. You can see that sticks out there a couple inches there, and very easy to bend, so they say. Oh yes. Get that one in. Put the other one in here. Okay, that's good. That's good as well. We have a new shift shaft brace. I suppose we can move on to the MBMX billet guard here. All right, we got her on there. One more. Nice little snug. Nice little snug. That's nice. Woo-wee. Now we can put on the shifter, the last thing we got to do here for today. All right, attempt number one. Let's see how she goes here. Take the screw right out first. It appears you do. I've never changed. I've taken a shifter off, but I guess I've never put a brand new one on before. Just got to get my angle right to where I think I might want it. Maybe I'll do a test. Maybe one thread up. Maybe. It's good to me.
With phase one of the rebuild complete, it was time to test out the new parts. Check back in for phase two of my pit bike rebuild, where we'll tackle the bars and controls and the new suspension. As always, thanks for tuning into the Drifter Network. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
For the ratchet part, I'll just make. There's one for the blooper reel. Are we still recording? Oh, that's good. Cut.